Hey there YouTube, it is Senor Clark Spanish, and I thought today I would teach you how to conjugate AR verbs, regular AR verbs. So here we go. All right, as you can see, my paper has a few drops of water damage, but that's not going to stop me. So I'm going to try to keep this steady for you. I don't have a tripod, but yes, AR verbs, regular AR verbs. Estudiar is an example of a regular AR verb. What do I mean by regular? Well, I mean that it can follow this pattern. It follows this trend for the ending change to be these 6 endings. If it's a verb like gustar, okay, that doesn't get conjugated like this, generally speaking. If it's a verb like jugar, for example, is a U to UE stem changing verb. That's not a regular verb. But you can use the endings for that and it would still work. Juego, juegas, juega, jugamos, jugáis, and juegan. So anyway, I don't want to confuse you, but yes, AR verbs, regular AR verbs. Estudiar means to study, okay? Estudiar, estudiar. How do we conjugate the AR verb? What we do is we take off the AR, okay? Then we're left with estudi, 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 estudi. Now that doesn't mean anything by itself, but we need to use one of those handy dandy present tense AR verb endings. As you can see it's gonna be out of focus. You can see where it says, oh gosh, hold on. AR, okay? So we have the yo form as O, tu form as as, usted, él, and ella form as a, nosotros, nosotras form as amos, vosotros and vosotras form ais is the ending. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas form is an ending, okay? So what does that mean? That means that after we've gone ahead and taken off the AR from estudiar, we replace it with that o, as, a, amos, ais, and an. We replace the AR with those to tell who is the person doing the action, right? So, for example, if I want to say I study, I could say yo estudio. Or I could simply say estudio. I don't even need the yo. I could use the yo for a clarification. In this instance, though, it wouldn't be a clarification because an O ending for an AR verb is always going to be in the present tense, it's always going to be the yo form, right? The tu form is estudias, AS ending here. Third person is always going to be A ending, so estudia. It could be él estudia, ella estudia, usted estudia. So we have, we just went over you study. Okay, now we have he studies, she studies, you, the formal you, study. So with the third person, you need to be able to clarify. And because if I just say estudia to someone, now that's a to command. Estudia, I'm telling them study. If I don't use a subject in front of it, they don't know whom I'm speaking about. So I need to clarify in this situation. So I should say, Johnny estudia, or Melissa estudia, Melissa estudia, or usted estudia? Question. Okay, getting to the plural side. By the way, I like to make these T charts here, these verb charts, where we have the first person, second person, and third person, singular side and plural. Sometimes some teachers refer to these as their verb houses. You can make a little house out of it and with a little roof. I don't really do that. I prefer to just keep it in chart form. But yeah, nosotros, nosotras, the we, estudiamos, estudiamos, we study. Okay, the vosotros and vosotras form, this is only used in Spain. It's estudiáis, estudiáis. So this is like saying you all. This is the informal, more than one person. I'm talking to you guys. In the US, we might say y'all, right? We might say you all study, and we might use something similar. It's like Spain's version of y'all, I guess you could say. Ellos, ellas, and ustedes estudian. Again, it could be multiple ones here, so it's good to clarify. Am I talking about they or am I talking about you guys? Remember, ustedes is, if you don't know what the subject pronouns are yet, you might want to watch a video about subject pronouns in Spanish before watching this video. But yeah, ellos and ellas means they, the guys, and or they. It could be a mixed group of guys and girls. As long as there's one group of guys, as long as there's one guy in a group with like a million girls, it would still be considered ellos. That's for another video. But anyway, ellos and ellas, they, or ustedes, you all. This is, in Spain, this is the formal way to say you all. And in Latin America, it's the way that we always say you all. We don't use vosotros in Florida or in Latin America, generally speaking. Ellos, ellas, ustedes estudian. So they study or you all study, right? Now, I can repeat this with any regular AR verbs, right? I could take the verb, hold on, let me finish it first. Okay, here's the verb conversar, meaning to converse. If I want to say I converse or I talk, hablar would actually be a better verb to do for this. But if you want to be a little more eloquent with your speech, you might say, I conversed with him yesterday, blah, blah, blah. But this is present tense. So, yo converso, I converse. Tú conversas, you converse. This could be él, ella, or usted, conversa. It could be any third person, right? Singular. Conversamos, nosotros conversamos, we converse. Conversáis and conversan. This would be vosotros and vosotras. This would be ustedes, ellos, or ellas. Let me show you a different one. You notice how the ending is the same. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. I forgot to underline this one. All right, here's another infinitive. By the way, the infinitive of the verb is the root form. So to arrive, llegar. To study, this is an infinitive. To converse, so estudiar, llegar, conversar, these are all infinitives, infinitivos. All right, so llegar means to arrive, or a lot of times people say, to get somewhere. But yeah, arrive would be the way to say that. So if I arrive, it would be llego, yo llego. Tú llegas, I arrive, you arrive. Él, ella, usted llega. Llegamos, nosotros llegamos, we arrive. Llegáis, y'all in Spain arrive. And ellos or ellas or ustedes llegan, right? So if you had someone, maybe you're a student and you have someone asking, oh, what do you study? ¿Qué estudias? ¿Qué estudias? Right? Well, you're going to use the yo form to answer that. Any question that is asked of you directly, you're going to answer in the yo form. So someone asks you, ¿Qué estudias? What are you studying? You would answer, yo estudio, or simply estudio matemáticas, historia, ciencias, español, inglés, arte. You get the picture, right? Yeah. All right, so I've just written an example, of a question and answer. So, what do you study? ¿Qué estudias? Okay, this is the to form, right? This is the to form. We know because it ends in as. This is an AR verb, estudiar, conjugated in the to form, right? Now, I could, technically, if I wanted to, I could write in parentheses up here, ¿Qué estudias? Tú, because I'm asking you, I'm asking tú, right? ¿Qué estudias tú? Yo estudio, I am studying historia y matemáticas. Yo estudio historia y matemáticas. I am studying, notice again, the ending, O. This implies that I'm referring to myself, right? Yo estudio historia y matemáticas. Therefore, I really don't even need to say yo. I can just say estudio. But if I leave it in there, it's not a problem. In English and in French, I believe, you cannot omit the subject or the subject pronoun of the sentence. You need to have it in there, okay? And that's because in English, I would say, I study, you study, he studies. But if I just say study and I'm pointing to myself, that doesn't really make sense, right? So in Spanish, because we have different endings for almost every single one of these. We have different endings for all the different subject areas. It's clear, at least when we're using, this one or this one or this one or this one, whom we're speaking about. So we don't even need to really use the subject pronouns. We can if we want to, again, but we don't have to. I know this is kind of sloppy, but I want to give you one here. So, ella, and then the verb is cantar. We need to conjugate this verb, okay? Muy bien. Ella cantar muy bien. Well, let's flip the sheet over and let's see. Ella means she, right? It's not I, it's not you, it's the third person singular, ella, right? So what ending should I have? Should have an A. I should replace the AR with an A. Let's go ahead and do that. So we take off the AR in cantar, okay, and we replace it with A. So we end up having ella canta muy bien. She sings very well. Ella canta muy bien. Just a short one today. I thought I would explain how to conjugate AR verbs. If you found this video helpful, leave a like and definitely leave a comment. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.